Dr BMS viewers, I hope you're in good health, body, mind, and soul. Today, I want to talk about something we encounter from time to time, especially when you're adult, you're working. So, in your social circles, family, friends, allies, you find people coming to you, calling you, requesting for financial assistance from time to time. And especially in our country today, Kenya, today's world, times are hard economically, so a number of people find it difficult to make it through from the beginning to the end of the month, and they have to ask for assistance from friends, family. And so I want us to talk about how to better manage our financial interactions within our social circles. When this family member, friend, comes to you to ask for financial assistance to help pay their rent, their school fees, or just their daily expenses, how do you best manage this? I have thought about this as an individual facing these challenges, and also as Dr. BMS. So I'll mix between the two. And I would like you to give me your experience, your reactions at the end of this video, and we get the discussion going. At the same time, I hope you're still subscribing. If you haven't subscribed, this is your first time. And if you have subscribed, you're sharing it with your friends, loved ones, people who can benefit from this message. So, how do we manage our interactions, financial interactions within the social circles that we find ourselves in as human beings? When this person comes asking for a soft loan or just a donation, what do you do? Of course, you want to help. You may be able to help, you may not be able to help, but generally the desire to help a loved one, a friend is there. The discussion then is, how do you manage this overall? I have distilled and seen there are about 3 categories of interactions in this sense, and I would like to talk about each one of them and ask you where you identify yourself with and what you think about them. The first category is a financial relationship within your social cycles where you are partnering with someone or you are building something that is going to be mutually beneficial to both you, the builder, the giver, and the person who is working with you. I call this category the building and partnership category. An example of this is the relationship you have with a business buddy, someone who you work together, a business partner, or may not be a partner, but a peer, a colleague who is in the same area of interest as yourself. And from time to time, you go to them to ask for assistance, financial, material, and they also come to you. Kind of like the chamas people have in Kenya, they contribute money, and then on a merry-go-round basis every month, this money helps someone else. The table banking, those kind of things. It's a good example. You have formed a partnership where from time to time, you help each other to grow. Another example in this category is the relationship you have with your child. You pay school fees. When they are sick, you take them to hospital. You buy food, you take care of them. So you are nurturing them. So the parent-child relationship, there's a financial aspect. And it could also extend to like a mentor and a protege. You are training someone, you are mentoring someone to become something. And so they are your mentee, your protege. But because they are still weak, you finance them, you help them materially to grow. This category of relationship that I'm calling partnerships and building is a relationship where there is a win-win situation it's expected that both the person giving the help and the person receiving the help will benefit at some point in time in equitable measure. This relationship is good. It is what makes people grow. It's what makes people pass over to the next generation. When you nurture that child, when you help that protege, when you help a business partner overcome a challenge, expanding their business by giving them some financial material aid, that is good. It makes the world grow. In this relationship, all you need to do is to be smart. You remember the concept of SMART in management, in project management and management of affairs, where your outcomes, the goals you have set for this partnership, for this mentorship, for this nurturing you've done, you have set objectives to achieve. You're not just doing it without objectives. And these objectives are specific, they are measurable, they are realistic, they are time-bound, they are attainable, the SMART objectives. If you're having a financial relationship within your social circles that is based on partnership or nurturing or mentoring, and you are doing it, you're managing it in a smart way, coupled with open communication between the parties involved, that is good. And Dr. BMS says it's perhaps the best that you could have of all the three that I've mentioned. Go for it. The second category is a category I call philanthropy or charity. In this category, you are engaging financially within your social circles to help someone, not with an expectation of a return, win-win like in the first situation, or scratch my back, I scratch yours like we mentioned in the first category. But in this category, you are mainly like a donor. You are helping this person if they grow and the benefits of their growth comes back to you, well and good. If it doesn't, you did your part. So we are familiar with big donors, philanthropists who come to underprivileged, under-resourced areas, the Bill Gates of this world, who come and give financial aid and they help people who are disadvantaged to pull themselves to grow. So this donor beneficiary relationship, philanthropist beneficiary relationship, is a financial relationship within social circles, and it is a relationship that is good as long as you know what you're doing is within a manageable level. You can sustain it for the period of time that you want. It is not going to disadvantage you financially just because you want to help. You can imagine if Bill Gates got poorer than he is because he is helping other people, and this went further to a point where he's destitute. He now needs also someone to fund his daily living or his expenses. Then you may say that this person started to be charitable, to help, but did not have a measure, did not have guidelines. He was doing it just for the sake of it, and it has ended up ruining him. In this category, therefore, you as an individual, and especially within the family circle and the circle of friends and allies, you have to be careful when you engage financially to help people, that you are not going to do it at the detriment of your own financial and social well-being. We have these cases of people who go out of the way to help and help and help while they are straining and straining. In the end, they become stressed, they become destitute, some of them incur debts, they become some of them become bankrupt because of this situation of just helping for the sake of it. And so, as a family member, as a friend, you have to stop and ask yourself, that brother of yours, that sister of yours, that nephew, niece of yours, that family member who you are taking care of their bills, school fees, upkeep, rent, are you doing it in a way that you can sustain, or are you straining yourself to do this, and in the end you may end up bankrupting yourself, getting a lot of mental stress and anguish because you are into something that is more than you can sustain. If your relationship of charity, philanthropy, is taken care of in a way that it is sustainable, it's a good relationship to have financially within your social circles. But if it's not, it can be detrimental to your financial well-being, and as a repercussion, even your well-being in terms of health and other dimensions of your daily existence. The last category I would like to mention, and perhaps the worst, is that category which I call exploitation. It's predation. The way you see a lion chase down an antelope and kill it and eat it, this is the relationship. In this relationship, as you can imagine, a lion and antelope, there's no day the antelope is going to benefit from the lion. It's always the lion benefiting from the antelope. The antelope is food, is prey, and once it has been taken care of, consumed, devoured, then it's forgotten, and another antelope, another prey is looked for. So if you're having relationships, financial relationships within your social circles, where the people you are helping are people who think, for example, you have a lot of money, you are a very rich person. Oh, Dr. BMS must be a big doctor. So if I call him just now, right now, and tell him there's a harambe, there's a chama, I'm sure I'll not miss some 5K from him. And you do that, you give that 5K, but you've not analyzed that the relationship you are having with this person is a relation that is mutually beneficial, or is it because this person has got ill motives? They want to prey on you. They think you have a lot and they can as well rob you. That relationship is not a good relationship. You need to make a distinction of this relationship by being the prey that is aware, is conscious that it is a prey. Because, for example, when an antelope sees a lion, it knows it's going to be consumed. So it starts to engage mechanisms to avoid the lion. It copes with the predation. And these coping strategies are going to help you along the way. However, if you are oblivious, if you are not aware that the relationship you are having is a predatory relationship, then you are a sitting duck. The lion will always come and devour you. This relative, this friend of yours will always come to you in distress, asking for you to bail them out, evoking emotions of sympathy, not allowing you to reason. And as soon as they take off, and later on you may realize that it was all an act. It was not really based on fact. They didn't really have that problem that they said they had. They just wanted to get money from you, because as soon as they got it, then they went into a party mode. They went doing things that they had not said they wanted to do. And it's you left with a financial gap, with a debt, with a fuliza that you have to pay, because your financial interaction within your social cycle is in that third category of predatory relationship. There are people taking advantage of you. So the message today for you as an individual, socializing within your circles, your family, friends, workmates, whenever you're faced with a financial decision where you have to share some of your resources with them for some purpose, analyze critically. Is this a partnership I am supporting? Is it a nurturing, a building I'm doing? Or is this a charity? Am I giving money out to charity, like maybe tithing in church? I don't expect anything in return, maybe God's blessing, but nothing material to come back. Or is this a predation? Are you having people who are actually taking advantage of you and you are not aware that they are taking advantage of you? You are losing as they gain, they are stealing from you. That's my message today. Ponder about it. Drop your comments in the comments section. Share this video with someone who can like the message. And in the next subsequent videos, we'll respond to your comments and keep the conversation going. See you.